Oh my God. It's super important. Now, first of all, you welcome back to my channel. Since this is my first official video, I thought it would be appropriate to start at the very beginning of a dancer's career, getting hired. I recently received an inquiry from a young lady who is considering becoming a dancer, but she doesn't know what to expect at her audition. Now, before I answer that, I just want to have a little chat with you really quick. If you're watching this, there is a very good chance that you as well have considered becoming a dancer for whatever reason. Maybe you have a friend in the industry. Maybe you follow some girls on Twitter who make it look really awesome and you're just thinking, wow, I can do that. Or maybe for XYZ reason, you need to make a shit ton of money. Maybe you want to pay for school. Maybe somebody you love is sick or whatever. There are so many reasons. And maybe what you're wanting to hear from me is a good reason why you should just jump in and do it. However, you will not get that from me. I am not here to sell this industry to you, nor will I ever try to convince anybody that this is the life path that they should take. This is a very personal decision that you have to make on your own. Now, there are a lot of perks about being an entertainer, but I'm not going to get into them because, as I said, I'm not here to sell it. What I am going to tell you is that this job is not easy. It is very mentally and physically taxing. It is very stressful and it is hard on your body. Not only that, there is a huge stigma attached to being an adult entertainer, as you probably know. Unfortunately, there's not really anything that you can do to prepare yourself for that. It's just kind of something that you have to experience on your own and discover. Now, I mentioned there are a lot of perks. So what you're probably wondering is, do those rewards outweigh all of that stress and all of that stigma? Well, the truth is, I don't really know. That is something very personal that you have to decide. And it is important that you are the one who makes the decision. Yes, it's nice to have other people's insight and opinions, but at the end of the day, you are the only person responsible for you. You are the only one who deals with the consequences of your decisions. Not your mom, not your sister, not your best friend. You. You really have to dig deep and decide if this is what you want to do for you. Okay, that's out of the way. Moving forward. Now at this point, we're just going to assume that you've already made the decision. You want to be a dancer, you're going to go for it. You already bought an outfit and some shoes, maybe, I don't know. You've got some clubs picked out that you want to try out at, but you don't know what you're walking into when you want to get hired. And honestly, that's pretty accurate anyway. You don't know what to expect when you go in. Every single club is different and all of their hiring processes are different. That doesn't sound very helpful, does it? Well, my advice to you would just be mentally prepared for any type of scenario that could happen. First of all, you want to be prepared the very second you walk into that club to get hired. You want to treat it like a job interview because essentially it is. You're in there, you're trying to get hired, so you want to look amazing. You want to fix your hair, you want to do your makeup, you want to dress nice. Now, what do I mean by dress nice? Well, you have to wear something that makes you feel confident. It has to be flattering and it has to be sexy. Now, I say sexy, but I don't mean over the top. You don't have to walk in the club already naked. That's not how it works, okay? I promise it's okay to wear normal clothes. So maybe a really cute dress with some heels. Heels are important. Wear heels no matter what your outfit is because for I don't know, just because it sounds good, right? You can wear leggings and a cute low cut top. It's okay to show cleavage. It is a strip club, but try not to be too revealing. You don't want to look desperate. At the same time, you don't want to wear anything that's too loose or baggy. You want them to see your assets. You want them to see what you've got going on. You want to get hired. So when you go in, tell the girl at the front desk that you are interested in applying for an entertainer position. And this is the point where any scenario could happen. So just be ready for all of them. She might give you a paper application. You're going to want to fill out that application there and then ask to speak to the hiring manager. Or there's also a chance that she completely bypasses the paper application and calls the manager to see you first. That way he can decide if it's worth your time to fill out an application. As harsh as that sounds, that is just the reality of it. He wants to know that you are going to be a good fit for his club, which is why it's super important that you go in there looking amazing. Now, I don't have a percentage because I don't really know, but I can almost guarantee you that every manager has already made up his mind within 1 or 2 minutes of seeing you on if he wants to hire you. That's the reality. Now, there's also a chance that you will be asked to strip down so that they can see your body and make sure that you're a good fit. So make sure that you're wearing sexy lingerie underneath, maybe a really cute bra and panty set. And if you're not wearing a bra, I'm pretty sure that's going to be okay too. This will typically be done in front of the house mom. One, it makes the situation more comfortable for you, and two, it ensures that there's no funny business happening in the hiring process. If they make no indication that there will be another female present during this step, don't be afraid to ask for one. If they refuse to let you have another woman present while you are getting naked, then you need to leave. You probably don't want to work in that club because your safety and your comfort are of the utmost importance when you are working a job like this. 100%. Just say no thank you and leave. It's okay. There are other clubs. Another scenario would be they might ask you to get on stage and dance a little bit. Now this sounds terrifying because it is, especially if you've never been on a strip club stage. All right, now I want you to think about going to a nightclub. If you've ever been to a club and you like to dance on the dance floor, this is nothing like that. Discard it from your brain, forget it, you're broken up, it's over. This is a new ball game. The best advice that I can give to you when you go on stage for the first time is do not try anything that you don't already know how to do. If you have never spun on a stripper pole, trust me, it is a lot harder than it looks. Don't do it. You will embarrass yourself. Just leave it alone. Also, if you don't know how to twerk, please, for the love of God, do not twerk your first time on stage. That is something that you have to practice and you have to get down before you start doing it in front of other people. Trust me on this one, please, please, don't do it. When you get on stage for the first time, you want to at least kind of look like you know what you're doing. So my best advice would be to stick to really slow movements. Like practice in front of the mirror before you go in and just see what kind of looks sexy, how you move really slow. If they let you pick your music, you want to pick something that makes you feel sexy. You want it to be kind of slow, but you don't want it to be like yawn slow and nothing to a beat. My personal recommendation is Marilyn Manson. I like, I mean, I like Marilyn Manson, so that's probably why. But most of his songs follow like kind of a similar beat and a similar speed that is It's kind of slow, but it's not too slow. It's something that you can move around to and just make it sexy. You can make it sexy. So the point is, you never really know what to expect when you go in to get hired. So you want to show up prepared. You want to keep a duffel bag in your car full of anything that you might need if you were to start working that night. So you want to have a cute outfit, you want to have some stripper heels and some thongs. You also need to have a garter to keep your money in. You want to have some kind of clutch or purse to keep your toiletries, your lip gloss, your gum, your mints, whatever. And you also need to bring a combination lock if they let you have a locker your first night. A lot of the times, depending on the city and state where you work, you may have to go get some sort of license or do some kind of background check before they will hire you. Now, the manager will tell you exactly when and where you need to go and what you need to bring to get this done. It's a fairly simple process. And if you live in a big city, then they might have a place dedicated just to that where it'll be open late. So you might be able to go get that done and come back and work that night if you want. Other places, you have to go to some sort of city building and you have to go during banker's hours, like 8 to 5. So you might not even be able to work that night anyway. You might have to go the next day and get that taken care of. Either way, it's usually very simple to do and you can get it done pretty quickly. Another thing to consider is you want to go in during the shift that you want to work. So if you want to work during the day, you need to go in and talk to the day manager. If you want to work at night, you need to go in and talk to the night manager because they don't do hiring for each other. Another thing is the time of year. I don't know if you are aware, but summertime is very slow for strip clubs. Unless you work in a city that gets a lot of tourist action, like Vegas or Miami, LA, the club is going to be very slow during the summer. And some clubs won't even take in new girls during those months just to protect the girls that they already have. So if you go in between May and August and they don't hire you, don't sweat it. Just go back in like maybe September and try again. If for some reason you don't get hired at a club, try not to get discouraged. Rejection is never fun, but it usually means that there's something better for you waiting around the corner. I am no stranger to rejection. I went through an entire series of not getting hired at clubs before I finally found one that was the perfect fit for me. I had, let's see, I had a manager tell me that they weren't hiring, very typical. I had a manager tell me that the lower end club down the street needed girls. I had somebody tell me that they didn't like to hire girls with stretch marks or tattoos. So I'm just going to say something about that really quick. Yes, I have kids. I have some stretch marks, but they are not visible. Like you really have to look for them. So that wasn't even a thing. That wasn't even a real thing at all. And yes, I have tattoos. And I found out later down the road that most of the girls in that club also have tattoos. So that guy just straight up did not like me, which is fine because I actually dodged a bullet from that club. I was new to town, I didn't know like any of the club's reputations. So I found that one out later on. And that's okay. I'm really glad that I didn't get hired there. Let's see what else. One more club, I was allowed to work for a night so that I could figure out if I wanted to work there, and I never went back. I decided that I wasn't comfortable there and I didn't feel safe. As I mentioned before, your safety and your comfort are of the utmost importance in this industry. It's huge. And after that club, I think is when I finally found the club that I was going to work at, and I fell in love with it immediately. So Keep your head up. Don't get discouraged. There is a club for you if this is really what you want to do. Now, just remember to smile, be professional, stand up straight, be personable, and you will do amazing. And if you do decide to go for it, please let me know how it went. Tell me in the comments or send me a message. I want to know what happened. I want to know what your scenario was, how your audition went, and if there was anything new that I don't know about. I look forward to hearing about it, and I will see you in the next video.